All right. So I just finished watching Alien Earth, the newest episode, and this series is definitely appointment television for me. I like sci-fi. I really love sci-fi. This show is really more than anything making me want to watch the new season of Foundation, which I still haven't seen yet. 'Cause I don't have Apple Plus, so I need to get that at some point. Hopefully to get a trial going soon or whatever. Anyways, I love sci-fi. This episode was awesome. Better than the last episode, which the flashback episode, which was all right. And it's funny because last episode I said I don't mind characters making stupid decisions as long as they're smart characters and maybe like this stupid decision is warranted. I said that in the last review I was thinking about. For this episode, I get it. I get the stupid decision that was made by one of these characters because once again, in these synthetic kind of AI bodies, these are children, and they're making children decisions. So I understand that it's not technically stupid, but it's kind of warranted. They don't have the experience and stuff. But then this is all going back to what I was thinking about before, which is they know these are kids. They need to be showing us these kids are in school. They need to have these kids in not just the. I know they could put stuff in their head and program them, but they need to be in school. They need to be. There needs to be a few teachers, and there needs to be like a full program, not them just going fishing and walking around the town. I mean, walking around the compound. Like there needs to be some type of school and something to help them develop, not just download stuff because they need that. That's one way to grow. Otherwise, they're gonna still be childish and stuff. Yeah. So he made a mistake. And that was interesting seeing how that went down with the acid and everything like that. I think that when they do the new aliens that they're doing, I don't really mind too much the CGI, but when they're in the suit, it's so good with the practical. I think they should just keep doing the practical. Like, just if you're gonna do the CGI and it doesn't look that good, they just do maybe like a small practical thing. I know I'm just saying that like it's easy for them to create, but I think it would go, even if you just show a hand, I think that's even better than showing something that's like kind of lackluster. Because I love the practical so much that it takes away just a little bit. But I still enjoying this episode. They bring up a lot of different things with the girl, the Wendy. So Wendy is talking. She's talking to one of these creatures. And all I can think about when I see her talk to these creatures is like, I understand she's, like I said, she's a child as well, but she's talking to these creatures and she needs to know the creature is going to kill her brother for sure. I mean, she knows the language, so maybe she could kind of try to control them or figure out a way, like, so they don't take out her brother. But I just feel like all this is learning lessons. This is a big learning lesson for everyone involved. And I got to double check how many episodes there are because I'm curious to see how it all ties up. But I can't imagine it's going to tie up any way that all these creatures are going to be captured. Because originally when I heard about the series, I thought the ship was going to crash in the city and then they were going to be everywhere, like almost like Alien versus Predator Requiem. That's what I originally thought. But I want them to escape the island. Because if they do, then maybe there's season 2. But I don't know. I just feel like they bring up a lot of ideas with these AI kind of children or these synthetics. And I kind of want to see it carry out. I think I just wish this episode was a little bit longer. I still enjoyed it, but I just wish it was a little bit longer. And I want to see, like, they have some of the synthetics just kind of just walking around and doing their own thing or whatever. And I think they need to bring them into the fold a little bit more. I feel like there's a lot of characters we still haven't seen a bit, and I feel like they're almost like cannon fodder. They're just going to kind of get killed off, which is okay. But when you have someone like Timothy Oliphant, who is so amazing, every time he's on the screen, it makes me want to watch. he carries himself in just the perfect way for his character. And like he just draws you in. So I'm curious to see why he's letting things play out. And I think it's because like they were saying, like he's a machine. Maybe he's curious, or he just, you know, I feel like everyone in this compound, everyone has a second move. No one's really completely loyal because it's just like they're just kind of stuck on this compound. People want to leave, you know, some people feel trapped. So I'm curious, like, what do they think the end game is? Because once all these things come out, all bets are off. It doesn't mean anyone's going to get off, but it does assure everyone's destruction. So I'm curious what they're going to do with that. The other company, that was a good scene when they were kind of debating about, you know, 10 billion, 20 million, 25 billion, trying to figure out, you know, when they're going to get back the creatures. And then, you know, the young billionaire, the boy genius, he had a good point talking about, you know, you need 6 weeks of quarantine and different things like that, even though he's the one who set it up. So I kind of like that banter, them going back and forth there. So that was good. And I want to see more from the other side. I want to see more from Weyland Yutani. And I want to see them come in and really try to take siege on the island and see how it would go, as far as, you know, maybe some synthetics versus synthetics. And then also Timothy Oliphant, when he had that, I like that meetup when he actually got to be face to face with the, when he had to have a conversation with the guy in the elevator, because he knows what's up, you know what I mean? So he's kind of like two-facing it, like trying to see like how he's going to react when he's around him and different things like that. So, but none of the actual smart synthetics, they're not making dumb decisions. They're making calculated decisions and calculating risk and actually letting certain things happen for particular reasons. So because of that, that's why I kind of forgive the stupid decision of the person going in and letting everything out. Because, you know, he kind of was instructed in a way where they're manipulating, you know, because they know that it's just not, that these kids are not going to do certain things. Like he told him, oh, you want me to take someone? He's like, no, just go. So it's not all on him. So that's one way I could kind of forgive that decision. I do like seeing more of the other aliens. I'm curious what is the actual point of her being able to, Wendy being able to talk to one of the aliens, but I think it's just because she might be able to save her brother in the end at some point, or stop it just enough to kill it. So I think that's the only real reason, so that they could have a plot point for that. But it's interesting because this kid, he keeps saying he wants to take Wendy off the island. She already told him she doesn't want to go. You know, she's not the little girl he remembers. Like she's evolved, and think about like what they were talking about, like what life is she really gonna have? At least this, she's gonna have 1,000,000 experiences, and she's pretty much living forever. And like, you know, that's enticing to her, you know. And the brother, he loves her, but she's not. You know, I don't think it's gonna go his way. And sometimes it's about control, you know. Even though he loves her, you don't want to control someone, you know. So if he's acting like he's going to try to take her out of situation and just kind of keep her like as a human, she's not going to have that regular life. So he has to kind of let her go and let her blossom and do what she wants to do with scientists or whatever, or travel. So I'm curious where it's going to go. I just have a lot of questions. Let's hope it wraps up and answers a good amount of questions. But that's my quick little review on Alien Earth so far. It's Deja Know the Name. Take care, spread love and light, and let's sign off.